What now?
Oh, okay. So if I gave you, say, archaeological reasons that Jesus didn't exist, would you consider it and do your homework and try and find out and prove to me that he did with the same criteria that I'm giving you?
Yeah, I can actually do that with somebody else as well. That most people, not only professional historians, but the world
I'm
itself,
giving you.
would say exists, but have less evidence than Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, listen, I'll tell you what I'll do with you. Because I consider you, well, maybe I'm wrong, because I've only met you, like, well, I haven't really had a one-on-one with you, and I've listened to you, and I thought to myself, well, okay, if you're a sound-minded person, you would listen to reason, right?
Hmm.
And then
Right,
you
and
would consider
y'all would
the
do the same.
sorry?
Y'all would do the same, though, right?
Well, hey, listen, if you can prove to me that Jesus was real, I'd expect you to put your evidence forward, right?
Right,
Opposed to some verses in the Bible, because that's not
right.
evidence, right?
Well, you're right, and I
But if
was
I
gonna.
get, okay, if you want to interrupt me, that's fine. I'll
Oh,
let you
sorry,
go. After 10 interruptions, right?
sorry.
I'm going to get nasty. All right. So that's your second one. Go on.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
All right. So if I can give you archaeological reasons that Jesus didn't exist, right? I would like you, as a normal human being with the criteria of logic, to look into it and go, yeah, maybe you're right, or maybe you're wrong, and I'll prove you wrong, right?
Hmm.
So would you like to go down that route with me?
Sure.
Okay, well, here we are in the 21st century, and we've got really, really good tools at our hands, right?
Hmm.
So if you can prove to me that, like Jesus fucking, sorry, I shouldn't have said fucking, right? I'll retract that. He died and he got buried in a tomb, right? A
Hmm.
tomb, right? Now that tomb is not underground; that's a grave, right? A tomb is
Hmm.
in the wall grave. If you can show me a picture of that tomb, right, where he got buried, because in the 21st century, what people tend to do is turn it into like a tourist attraction, or even in the 19th century, it's a tourist attraction. Like, oh, look here, this is where Jesus was born, right? And that's called archaeological evidence. So,
Hmm.
can you show me a picture where the tomb of Jesus? Because I can show you other tombs, right? Of where they're not Jesus, by the way, other tombs, but because the famous person, the most famous person according to your Bible, right, Jesus, right, we should have a tomb. So can you show me a picture of that?
Yeah, actually, if you want to give me a second, I'm on my phone right now, and let me
No
go.
problem. I tell you what, I'm going to give you more than a second. I'm going to give you 7 days to come up with a picture.
Well, I don't need 7 days.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, just hang on one second. Let me get my laptop and go in the other room, and just hang on. Sure,
Okay.
appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And while you're taking getting that picture, I'm going to go get another beer. I love these debates. I love debates. And while he's going to get that picture, just go out another pics. Okay, go. Get ready.
What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know. We're waiting for the troops to
Okay.
gather.
All right, I'm coming back now. Okay. Is Hunter back yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, that's all right. I'm just gonna open up another beer.
There you go.
Oh, and Benny, you streaming this by any chance, or what are you people?
Yeah. It's done.
Oh, that's good.
Don't worry about the little details.
Oh, well, I have to, because you know what people are like these days.
Damn people.
Yeah, he didn't fucking tell me. I'm still celebrating, by the way, Sydney, on the Trump victory.
Yeah.
And Patrick Fester has to move out. And I after he wakes up in the morning and he finds out the results, I'm just hoping that he starts booking his fucking one-way ticket, one way, right? Not both ways, one-way ticket, right, to whatever country he wants, because he did make those accusations about, I'm moving out if Trump wins the election. Now, he didn't put any caveats in there and saying, there's a change of plans, you know, like I didn't expect my mum or dad or my brother to do this, that, and die and go away. No. When you say you're moving out, regardless.
Right.
Yeah. You can't put the caveats on afterwards and go, well, if you were going to say, well, if Trump wins, I'm moving out, but if my dog dies, then I'm not moving out. Then you could say, oh, okay, well, your dog died before Trump won the election, and then you're off the hook. Right? Yeah. He didn't say that.
He didn't.
So, he didn't say, you know, where he was going, which is fair enough. You know, it could be a secret. You know, he could be going to fucking like Istanbul, Venezuela, Canada, Australia, Tasmania, China, Indochina, any number of countries. There's that many countries around the place he can go to, right?
Tons of countries.
Could even go to the Dominican Republic and visit people over there. Apparently it's not bad over there at the moment.
Nice.
Well, the only reason why I know that is because Rand Campbell is over in the Dominican Republic and he speaks very highly of the place.
Is that a fact?
Yeah. So I says to myself, well, it's not the fact that, you know, like he's got no countries to go to. It's the fact that he has to move out, right? You got to pack your bags, move out, because he made the statement on multiple occasions, right? Not just one or two, multiple times, multiple occasions. He's moving out if Trump wins the election. And guess what? I've seen it. You've seen it. Benny's seen it.
Yeah.
That Trump has won. Right, so I'm going to give him like 12 hours sleep from now on. From right now.
Yeah.
Sleep up, sober up, start packing your bags, right?
Yeah.
Ring up the fucking travel agent and book your ticket to any country you want, one way, right, for 4 years minimum, because that is going to be the, until he fucking serves out his first term. And see you later, Patrick. Right? We don't want to see you in any hangouts whatsoever from his house, because he made the statement, and he wasn't joking either when he said it. Because when people joke, they go ha ha, they laugh, but he wasn't joking. He actually started ridiculing Trump calling him names, name calling, right?
Name calling.
Oh yeah, vindictive words, certain words, calling him a scumbag, all sorts of names,
I'm
right?
sure. I'm having a problem. I'm shocked with this. This is horrible to hear.
Yes. And I said, I even said to Patrick on numerous occasions, I says, given I like Trump, and he says and then he started throwing words at me, saying you're a cunt and a dickhead, and you don't know what you're talking about. I don't like him. He'll never win, and if he does win, I'm packing up my bags. I'm moving out. And he said that many, many, many times. Not just once or twice, many times.
Indeed.
So, well, Patrick, if you're a man of honour and integrity, you should be right now, after you fucking put that fucking bottle of or glass of red wine down, packing up your suitcase and fucking booking a fucking ticket wherever you want. I'm not fucking telling you where you have to go. You just got to move out of the US. USA. Otherwise, how can we take you serious? Like you could make all these fucking allegations all the time and never take you serious.
Right. How is that possible, Patrick?
Yeah, how is it possible? Because either Patrick is full of shit or, he's just a bullshitter or a liar.
You think that's possible?
Oh, with Patrick Fester? Well, we're going to see. I'm going to give Patrick Fester 7 days grace, because he might turn around and say, oh, the airlines are busy and I was fucking booking a ticket and I tried to get out of the country and, they wouldn't let me leave. They said, oh, no, don't leave. We love you so much. We're going to get all that sort of shit flack. Yeah. Right, we're going to get all that nonsense, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, forget about that rant. We're waiting for Hunter. He's got this valuable information, right? He's gone to his computer, which he's probably cranking up right now as we speak.
Good.
And he's going to show us evidence of the Jesus tomb, which I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm waiting here with what we call bated breath.
Yeah. Let me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get off my phone and I'm just going to sign in on my laptop. That way I can screen share and do all that kind of stuff.
Good. Yeah. You do that. Yeah. Crank up the lappy. Yeah. Yep. Okay. No problem.
I'm just wondering.
We'll be here. I've got all day and all night. Right, we're just talking about the election, by the way.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm just wondering, hold on, how many beers have you had?
5. Is that okay by you? I've had 5 beers.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. As long as it's fine.
Right.
So he feels that he can take you on with 5 beers in you.
That's why he was asking. I think he wants me to get tanked up to like 12 beers, where he can take advantage of me. But
no,
because beers always help. Hello.
No, I'm just listening.
Yeah. Well, firstly, we have to wish Hunter happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Hunter. And we're drinking on your birthday. Is that okay, Hunter?
Y'all do whatever y'all want. It's y'all's choice.
Oh, okay. Well, if I can do what I want, don't ask me about how many beers I'm having.
How many beers are you having?
That's what we do in my country. Right, when you have a birthday, Christmas, all this bullshit, we drink to celebrate, whatever it is. So I can't believe you actually asked me how many beers. How many beers haven't you had?
Depends on how many there are in the world.
Oh, okay. So you'd like to drink all the world's beers?
No, I'm saying how many. Asked how many have I not drank, and I haven't drank any. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, we weren't talking about beers, and you were asking me. It's like me saying to you, "Oh, okay. Well, you're asking me how many beers I've had, and I've told you it's 5.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So now you've got the answer. Can we move on to this? What was I asking there? Is it? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jesus' tomb. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
So what do
Yeah.
y'all know about it? What do y'all know about it so far?
Well, what do I want? I want a picture for a start. How's that?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how I can screen share, but I don't see. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Well, I'm.
Sydney, can you help him, or can you help him with this, Benny?
No,
How
I
to
found
do
it.
it?
You got it
I found
there?
it.
You got it?
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got it. But I was just gonna. I'm wondering though, real quick though. Like, I got a picture right here. But I'm asking y'all, like, how? What do y'all know so far about it?
Well, I know nothing about
I
it because I've
know.
never
Well,
seen a
I'll tell
picture.
you. I'll tell you what I know. I know that Jesus, the myth of Jesus, is something that has been passed along down through generations and of different cultures, and with different names. And Jesus is just a sort of a copy paste of
Hmm.
earlier folklore.
Okay. Well, um. All right.
But
I'll get to
anyway,
that.
Hunter, okay, he's giving you the explanation on the myth and the folklore, right? And
Mm.
my original question was, can you show me a picture of Jesus's tomb,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then you're asking how to do a screen share,
No, I got
and
it.
okay, you've got it, but I can't see anything. So can we
Hang
can
on.
we get that up on screen so we can have a look?
There you go. Okay. So pretty much what from what we have from not only historical documentation, but also from biblical documentation, we have a really good idea of exactly not only what it looks like, but also where it's at. We know that it's in the um, Garden of Gethsemane, and we also
Okay, well,
know.
you know that Garden of Gethsemane, all right? I know a little bit about that. It's a rubbish dump.
Okay, well, let me finish what I'm saying real quick, so that I can at least make sense of it.
Mhm.
We know that it was the. I'm not sure off the top of my head the distance from where Jesus was crucified, on the Mount of Golgotha, which is a real place as well. But I don't know it off the top of my head. But actually, if we go, and we also know like kind of what it looks like too. We know that it's in a pretty garden. We know that it was in a rich man's tomb, that was given to him by a Jewish priest who we have
Well,
historical document.
what was his name? Do you remember?
I can look it up real quick if you want me to.
Oh,
You want me to look?
I know his name.
What's
I
his
was just
name?
wondering if you knew his name, but I want to get back to the hard crux of things. Can you
Yeah,
show me the picture of the Jesus tomb?
yeah. So pretty much this one right here is the one that
Yeah.
we have
Doesn't look like
determined.
a bear. That doesn't look like Jesus's tomb to me.
Well, how do you know what it looks like? Have you
Oh
seen
well,
it?
because there's no like brass railings. There's no plaque up against the wall. All it looks like is a hole in the wall. Belongs to nobody. Because the most famous man in the world, and there's
Mm.
no like like you don't seem to get it. There's no tourist attraction for people to come and go, oh, look, let's pray at Jesus's tomb. That's how
Is
I know. That's
is
how
that
you
is that what
pick up.
is that what you're wanting? Is a tourist attraction?
Oh, well, okay, well, yeah, wouldn't you like to see where he is buried?
Well, yeah. Actually, people go to this tomb all the time. It is an actual
Oh,
people
really?
people come to see it.
I don't see any brass plaques on the wall saying this is where Jesus got married. Can you show me
Do,
the brass plaques or
do,
stainless steel plaques saying, "Oh, this is Jesus's tomb"? It seems to be a hole in the wall.
okay. Well, real quick though. Wait. You said Jesus was married.
No, I didn't. I'm not talking about whether he's married or divorced. I said, you got to listen to
Not.
me very. you're showing me this picture and saying this is where Jesus is. That's his tomb, right? Is that correct?
And
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Because I don't see anything there. What stipulates that that's his tomb?
Okay, well, do you see this one? This is the same exact picture. As you can tell, it has plants. It has a step on there. It even has a small little
Plants.
door.
I got plants outside of my house.
Okay, well, hang on. If you stop interrupting me, I can finish what I'm saying. You don't want me to interrupt you, so don't interrupt me.
No problem.
Thank you. Now, what I was saying is if I zoom this in a little bit. Now, as you can see over here, you're talking about bronze railings and all that. I don't know what exactly that does, but apparently since you asked for it, I'm going to give it to you. This is obvious. I've actually looked at travel guides for Israel and to see where Jesus even walked when he was carrying his cross. But the only thing is that they built over the exact roads that he walked on. So you're not literally walking where he walked, but you are walking in the same pathway that he's walking. So which goes to the hill of Golgotha, and then where it goes from the hill of Golgotha to this tomb right here. Which actually, if you see inside, you actually see a gate on to the right of it, which they don't let anybody go in because they consider it very sacred and everything. And they even have a little sign. If you look for Jesus, he's not here anymore. As a kind of like funny little like Christian joke or whatever.
Who's the they you talk about?
Pretty much whoever is up in charge of the letting people see the tomb and everything. It also talks about how it has like a little window for people to see in and everything, and but obviously this is even in you can look up any Israel travel guide and it'll show this tomb as Jesus's tomb.
No,
So if they
lying.
Yeah, if they didn't show that as Jesus' tomb, if they just said this is just some hole in the wall, would tourists go to Israel? No. So it pays them to say this is Jesus' tomb, even if it isn't, because tourists will come and say, "Wow, here it is." And
okay, well, like I said, we have like not only biblical evidence, but we have the
biblical evidence doesn't count for shit.
Okay, well, like I said, if you let me finish what I'm saying instead of interrupting me,
lie.
Okay, so what proof would it take to show you that this is the tomb? Because obviously y'all aren't taking anything I say.
Are you only relying upon biblical evidence? Seriously?
No, I didn't say biblical evidence. Actually, I have a paper here of historical data for Jesus.
That tomb where you just showed is not the tomb of Jesus. Okay?
How do you know that?
Because I've seen it before. Right? You're lying with that. You're just showing me a tomb of someone else, and you just claimed it as Jesus' tomb. If it was, it would have brass plaques. It'd be queues of people because that's a daylight photo. It's obviously no one gives a shit about it because that's why there's no one there remotely interested because. You were talking about interruptions before. Do not show me other bullshit tombs, okay? That is not Jesus' tomb, and you know it damn well.
Well, actually, I do know it is because actually I've seen people.
You don't know it.
Well, let me finish. Actually, I do know it's his tomb. Not only by seeing people walk into it, because you're talking.
I don't see any people. I don't see any people at the tomb.
Okay, just because you don't see people in the picture doesn't mean that it's not the tomb. That does not make it the actual tomb or not, just because you don't see people in it. Somebody might have wanted a good picture of the entire tomb without people in it. Have you? I mean, come on.
So you're saying it's not the tomb?
No, I'm saying it is. I'm saying just because it doesn't have people in it in that specific picture doesn't make it.
People on the outside looking at it. Okay, you got nothing. You're bankrupt.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Let me show you another picture with people around it. Good grief. That's what you want.
Why do you need people?
That's what I'm telling y'all. You don't need people to...
He asked you simply, show me Jesus' tomb, and Now that
And I
you've shown
did.
him a hole in the
And
wall, how does he know? How can he be sure that it's Jesus' tomb and you're not just having him on?
okay, let me show you the historical data for the life of Jesus. Shall I? Do you want me to screen share that
No,
too?
no, 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 no.
Well,
I
it has to
said,
do with Jesus' tomb as well,
How so?
listen,
because it, like I
I
Nobody
said
don't
goes into
want
a
before.
any
tomb unless he's
books.
dead. So
I don't
what's
want
his
any
life got
books.
to do with
Don't
it?
show me any books, right?
Well,
We're
okay,
in the 21st century. Show me Jesus' tomb, right?
okay, I
Because
did,
you've shown
but
me
you won't
something.
accept it.
No, nobody here on G Plus has been able to do it, and you've put up this picture, which is not Jesus' tomb.
Okay, again, how do you know? How do you know for sure, 100% fact that that is not Jesus' tomb when you haven't even
Because
let me?
no one
Well,
else.
hold on. When you haven't even let me show you the data to prove it, you're just saying
No,
it's a hole in the.
I don't want book. I don't want book.
Hold on. I'm not done. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to have books or whatever. But what you're asking for is you're asking for a picture of something that you don't believe is true, no matter what I show you.
No, 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 no.
Well,
Listen, if I asked you for a picture of the Guggenheim, I can actually show you a picture of the Guggenheim, and I can also show you a plaque that it is the Guggenheim. I can
okay.
also show you the skyscraper in New York, and I can show you. Don't show me a picture of something which is not Jesus' tomb. If
So
it
you want a
was,
plaque?
it would have a plaque and say, "This is where Jesus died," right? Do not show me an unmarked grave, right, or a hole in the wall. I can show you a balloon and say, "Oh, this is the balloon that fucking Jesus blew up," right? Do not show me that. And listen, if it was, there would be brass plaques, you name it. You haven't shown me anything. You've just shown me a hole in the wall. It could be a fucking hole of fucking of anybody. And said, "Oh, this is the one I chose." It would be a tourist attraction. Where are all the tourists?
Yeah.
There's
Let me.
no tourists. Do you know why there's no tourists? Because it's not
No,
fucking Jesus' tomb.
no, there is. There, I've seen actual people go into it many times. I
Of
actually have
course,
friends.
yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, listen to me.
Are you, you're not listening
Hunter,
to me though.
Hunter, I want you to listen to me, right? Do you believe in Superman?
As what do you mean? Like as a real person?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, in the book of Superman, I can demonstrate he worked at what was the place that he worked at now? The Daily Planet was a big building in the United States. The Daily Planet, right? Right. I can show you pictures of the Daily Planet in a movie, right? But I can't show it to you in real life because there was no Daily Planet. Was there a Lois Lane working there? Yeah, there was a Lois Lane probably in real life, but she never worked at the Daily Planet. I can go through history and demonstrate to you Clark Kent, right? There was a real Clark. Yeah, there probably was, but he didn't work at the fucking Daily Planet, nor did Lois Lane.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you see this picture now, but as you can see, there's tourists here.
Yeah. Who's that guy walking in and out of the tomb?
Probably a tourist.
You just said to me a minute ago tourists weren't allowed in and out.
I did not say that. What I said was in the picture it could be a picture to where the guy just didn't want any people in it and just wanted the tomb. You were totally mishearing what I'm saying. I keep on trying to say that to you, and I'm trying to get you to understand what I'm saying. Look, you even have rails that point to it. You have this is where the Garden of Gethsemane is, and even in the Bible it tells where it is. I think it's like 2 miles away from the hill.
Jerusalem.
No, not Jerusalem. The hill of Golgotha, which is where he was crucified. But as you can, this is a tourist attraction, and I actually have seen. I'm trying to see where.
All the brass plaques?
Oh my gosh! Why do you? Okay.
Are you for real? Are you? Listen to me, right? I've seen these pictures before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? There is no brass plaques. Like if even under ocean, people put brass plaques on boats saying, "Oh, this is the boat that the Titanic, for instance, or whatever. And here we are above land. There's not even one bronze plaque saying this is the tomb of Jesus, and you're showing me a tomb, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know whose tomb it was supposed to be? By the way, Hunter.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
You know when Jesus got buried in a tomb. Do you know whose tomb it was supposed to be?
I don't remember the guy's name right off the top of my head.
I do.
Okay, what's his name?
Joseph of Arimathea.
Right.
Now, Joseph of Arimathea, right? He was the one who supposedly buried Jesus. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it wasn't him that actually buried him. It was actually his friends and relatives. Joseph of Arimathea actually just gave them the tomb, and they did all the burial stuff.
Oh, well, guess what? Here's your problem with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joseph of Arimathea has got a pretty elaborate tomb for a normal guy who has nothing whatsoever to do with the Bible, and all of a sudden he donates his fucking tomb, and he's the one who took him to the burial and put him inside his own tomb, right?
Or that's just your word against mine, but okay.
No, well, it's not my word against yours. That's the way it was depicted in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want to do a screen share to you. Now that you've screen shared your bogus picture, right? And I'm going to call it bogus, right? Because there's no, there should be millions of people going there with brass plaques. Blah blah blah.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Just because, if it doesn't have exactly what you say, does that mean it's not the tomb?
Absolutely, it's like fucking saying, "Oh, here's a picture of the Eiffel Tower, right?"
Yeah.
And all it is fucking 4 sticks of steel, and I say, "Oh, that's the Eiffel Tower?" And you go, "Well, it doesn't really look like a fucking tower, right?" And you go, "Oh, but it's got 4 sticks of steel. It must be an Eiffel Tower." And you go, "Well, you know what? We're going to go for the 4 sticks of steel like you've just gone." And I'm going to say, well, the Eiffel Tower was depicted as a really, really tall fucking place, and you turn around and say, "Oh, well, you can't prove it wrong, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
You're bankrupt. You're bankrupt at that stage.
Yeah, are you not familiar with what I said about the whole Christian joke thing they made in the tomb, talking about how it says if you're looking for Jesus, he's not here anymore? Are you not familiar with that? Do you remember me saying that?
Of course he's not fucking here. You can't prove a fucking negative.
Okay. Hold on.
I want to
what I said about the whole Christian joke thing they made.
Right?
No, hang on a second, because you're saying like if you're looking for Jesus, he's not. Even if I showed you a bronze plaque that showed you that it's Jesus' tomb, as you wouldn't believe.
It's not. It's fucking negative. Not.
Okay, I see how this is going now. I see that no matter what I tell you, you're okay. This actually has to go with hold on, hang on. I'm not done. What I asked you before, you asked me earlier if you give me scientific evidence against Jesus, is it reasonable to
Yeah, but you're going to reject the science. You're
hold on.
As a Christian, right?
Well, you're not
Oh no, that's not scientific.
No, you're not being fair whatsoever, because you asked me that question and then I turned around and asked you the same question and you didn't answer.
That's not the tomb, because I'm using science.
Wait, okay. What science are you using to say that's not the tomb? All you keep saying is that it's a hole in the wall. Everything I show you, you say no, that's not it. I mean, of course.
That's exactly right. That's all you've done. I can show you 10 holes in the wall, and I can say, oh, hang on a second, Hunter. That's not the tomb of Jesus. This one here is. Right, and then you say, "Oh no, that's not the one." And then I can turn around and say, "Oh, well, hang on a second, this one's the hole." And you say, "Oh no, that's not it." And we can go on and on and on. And so every fucking hole in the world.
So no matter what I tell you, you're not going to believe it.
Until and yet until you say, oh, I've picked the right one.
So you're closed-minded. In other words, you're closed-minded.
You're closed-minded.
Oh,
right?
okay.
You're
because
closed-minded. You're not open-minded. See, these guys here are in a different fucking tomb.
No, this is the same exact tomb. I've seen it myself. And my friends have pictures of the same tomb inside and out. My friends have been to this tomb in Israel. You can't tell me that this is...
I want to ask you a question. Listen.
Well, no. Let me hold on. Hang on. I have a question for you. Since you don't want to accept anything, if I gave you scientific proof, evidential proof, is it reasonable to conclude that that might actually be it?
Hang on a second. Are you screen sharing right now?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Okay, you see the picture? Yeah, see where your cursor is with the big stone wheel on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now the picture to the left of that doesn't have a fucking stone wheel.
This one right here?
Hunter, don't play games.
I'm being for real. Are you talking about this one?
You got two fucking pictures up on your screen. One with a stone wheel on it.
Are you talking about this one?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that Jesus' tomb?
No, actually, this one's used in a movie.
Oh, okay. So are you trying to tell me that that one there, which is more like the Jesus story with what's depicted in the Bible, right?
No, actually,
that's got a stone wheel in it, right? But the one you depicted with no stone wheel is the one which real. So in actual fact, I think you're robbing yourself here, because where is the stone wheel in your picture? No stone wheel. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah. Where's the stone wheel gone, Hunter?
Okay.
Where is it gone? Did it evaporate? Did it evaporate?
No, they removed it actually, so that the tourists can get to. Hang on. Dude, shut up and let me talk. Good grief, you talk more than anybody I've ever met. Shut up and let me talk. Okay, you keep on saying, giving this bogus explanation. Oh, did it evaporate? No, idiot, it didn't evaporate.
Big stone wheel. Who removed it?
Dude, okay, look, in the Bible, it shows that 15. It will take either 5. I can't remember the exact Roman guards, but there's people who can move the stone. If you see this slab right here at the bottom, that's actually where the stone was at, where they can roll it back and forth. They place this stone here so that it doesn't roll off or anything. Okay, so good grief. Like, I mean, you're not.
Why would you want to remove it? Why don't you just throw it on the fucking ground?
Because what is said in biblical. What is said in biblical history and everything is that when they found the stone, it wasn't in the slab or anything. It was actually not dead smack. It was fallen in front of it. But the only thing was that there were no Roman guards there to do it. There was about 2 or 3 Roman guards who were there to guard it, and they were nowhere to be found. The stone in the front has fallen forward in front of the door, and nobody was there to be found. And they also had a seal actually on the stone itself to show which exactly tomb it was. So I mean, but you're not like. But
isn't it funny? Hunter. How come?
Can I not finish what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
No, can I finish what I'm saying?
Hunter, isn't it funny how the picture where the stone wheel is and the picture you're showing me now is totally different, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? You got two different pictures.
Did you
right?
Did you not hear?
One with the stone wheel in front of it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Did you not hear what I said about? Did you not hear what I said about this one? This is used in a movie. It's fake.
No,
it's completely
not.
Fake.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hold on. Hang on. Let's view the page, shall we? Explore funny guys, funny Dante, and more. This is used in used in like various like paintings and movies. You see all this and stuff. This isn't for like the actual thing. Here's a picture of what the tomb used for like tourists and everything. But as you can see on these other ones and everything, they're not all about like the actual tomb. They're like little posts and everything. I mean, you're not like being reasonable at all. Okay. Listen, hold on. Is this the tomb? Is this like this one right here? Is that the tomb? or is that just another fake one? Where did they
No,
get that at?
that looks fake to me.
Okay, obviously, because it is. It's not a real one. They're not every single tomb that's on here is the actual
Well,
picture.
show me a real one. Show me the real one.
I just did. Good grief.
Okay, I want to ask you another question. Can you hear me? Can you give me a couple of minutes?
Do you not want me?
I've got a very important question for you, Hunter.
Okay.
Okay, can you give me 2 minutes? Because I gave you 2 minutes to get your pictures up, which are like totally bogus. Oh, hang on a second. Who's calling me? Hang on. Ah, for fuck's sake. Not this idiot. All right. Hang on a second, Hunter. Just calm down, Hunter.
I'm coming.
Okay, I'm back. You there, Hunter?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I accidentally muted myself.
Okay. I want to ask you a question, Hunter. You know the Shroud of Turin, do you consider that a real or a fake?
Fake.
Okay. Why do you think they created that fake?
Well, it was actually dated back to the 1100s, and they used it as kind of a money gambler to get money and everything, as like a sightseeing in the middle
Well,
in the
it
Middle
wasn't
Age.
the 1100s anyway, by the way. It was about 1400s or 1500s.
Okay, I knew it was somewhere around like the medieval time or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, because they done that, don't you consider the whole, doesn't that question everything else what everything else in the Bible says? Okay,
No.
they've constructed this fake, right, which is all. It's already been undisputed, and you've agreed that it's fake, right? Everything else is fake, right? That's why you haven't been able to show me a legitimate picture.
Hold on a second. You're jumping to conclusions once again.
No,
what
I'm
you're
not.
saying?
I'm not.
No, you
I'm
are.
not
Hang on. Yeah, no, you are, because what you're saying is because the Shroud of Turin is legitimately a fake, therefore everything else is a legitimate fake. That you're jumping way ahead.
Okay, I'll grant you that, but guess what? You've admitted that the Shroud of Turin's a fake. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go back to scientific evidence, like I wanted to, right?
Okay.
And geological evidence. Do you believe that the Exodus is real?
Yes, but the only problem with that is that I know that we have the trouble of historical evidence for that because of the 40 years.
No, it's not historical evidence. It's called geological evidence.
Well, no. Well, I mean, geological, historical, they both go hand in hand because you have millions of people.
No, they don't go hand in hand. Geological evidence, the people actually get on the ground and they start searching for shit, all right? Historical evidence is looking through books, right?
Well, isn't
when they don't match up, right? When they don't match up, you got a problem.
Right. And I actually said that. I said that we actually have a problem, historical evidence, which, I mean, when you look back in history.
Geological evidence, you don't either, all right?
Well, okay, but hang on, let me finish what I'm saying real quick. Well, also along with geological evidence and everything, you have, like, I don't know, a million people or so going through a desert for 40 years. The reason why we have a problem with that, I mean, you know that there's like sandstorms that, uh, that blow over and everything. So, I mean, and it's a huge desert. So it's going to be really hard to find any evidence. So, I mean, I don't disagree with you that it's,
What? Are you trying to cover up the evidence?
no,
Right?
I'm saying that it's hard for us to find evidence for the Exodus.
What, hey, hang on a second. Hey, Hunter, have you ever been to a football game?
Oh, what?
A football game or a basketball game or a baseball game?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's say you had, say, 50,000 people going to a baseball game. Have you ever been to one of those?
No, never been to one of those. I
Well, which
wish.
one have you been to?
High school.
And you know, do you know what was there, like what, 2 or 3 thousand or 100 people or 100? How many people went to that baseball game?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe 1,000.
Well, guess what? I could go there to that. See, you burying yourself here. I can go to your baseball game, and there's only 1,000 people there, and I reckon that I can go there and find, cigarette butts. I can go
Yeah.
there and find teacups. I can go there and find fucking all sorts of paraphernalia to work out that someone has been at this stadium. And now you're talking about 1 million people, which is actually very, very fucking generous with the
Mm-hmm.
Exodus. 1 million
Yeah.
people is very generous, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, believe it or not, the population at the time in Egypt was 3 million, and two
Okay.
of those million was the Jews, because all those Jews would have had, what do you call, wives, and then
Yeah.
those wives and fathers had children. So let's just say you had mother and father, they both had one child, and let's say it
Yeah.
was only 50% of that population had children.
Yeah.
That's basically like, and guess what? They couldn't. And if you've got the majority of people in Egypt, right, with that many people, they should control Egypt. Why would they want to leave? When you got like 9/10 of the people in there, you wouldn't expect. Oh, Egypt should have been overtaken by the Jews.
Well, remember that's what the Egyptians were afraid of. That's why.
Hey, the minority. What? They kicked out the majority? Oh, come on! Oh, come on! I've just watched the U.S. elections, and you're saying the minority kicked out the majority. Oh, come on! Stop acting stupid. Hey,
Okay.
listen, Hunter.
Wait. Well, I got a
You to have
question.
a brain, and I'm going to
Well,
give you a brain, and I want
hang
you to think critically. All right?
Okay.
If
Hang
you
on a second.
come to a really bad place.
Wait, hang on a second. Okay, I got a question for you real quick though. Say you're out in the field, okay, and you have a huge party. Say there's 1 million people. Give it about 3,000 years. You're talking about cigarette butts and let's say party cups and graffiti and all that. Let's say that they even leave some tools there or whatever from the huge party or anything. In 3,000 years, do you think, like, say for instance, let's just say like station wagons or something, or not even station wagons. Let's just go back in that time and say wooden material and everything, because they weren't very advanced at that time. In 3,000 years, do you think that stuff will still be there naturally? Do you think you'll be able to find it in 3,000 years?
Hunter, can I
No,
respond?
yes or no? Yes or no?
You're talking bullshit.
Well, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no?
That's
Because
not a
it's
fucking. Hey, you're
okay. So you're not going to answer my question.
Require a yes or no. You know
Well,
what?
no, it does.
Okay, I'm going to say.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Hang on. I'll explain why.
Let me say something, Hunter. Let me say something. Right.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Right. If
And
I
then let
was
me
in
talk.
your house, hey, Hunter, if I lived in your house, right, not only just me, but all my mates, like 20 of them, right,
Mhm.
and they all, and they stayed in your house for, say, a year, right,
Mhm.
and then they decided to fucking after a year, they all left, right,
Mhm.
your house would be littered with all sorts of rubbish,
Right. So give it 3,000 years. You think that'll still be there?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I got 4,000 years. All right, I got 4,000 years up my sleeve that the Egyptians, right, and they loved writing stories. No
Right.
one loved writing stories more than the Egyptians because they had lots and lots and lots and lots of stones to write on, and
Right.
they
Well, you
never
gotta.
reported. Now, hang on, hey, Hunter, they never reported
Hmm.
on any of their walls that there was any people in the city were decided to fuck off.
Yeah. Well, you
Not
also
one.
notice. Well, yeah. You also notice that they don't have any descriptions about them losing a battle either. But we all know that that's historically inaccurate.
Hunter,
They
hey,
hold on.
Hunter,
Wait, hang
right?
on. Hang on. Let me finish what I'm saying real quick. Not
Yeah.
only Egypt, well, I mean, not only did Egyptians not write, they were very prideful. They didn't like writing down when they lost stuff. They didn't write. They didn't like it when they were they thought themselves as gods. You know, as the pharaoh as a god. So that
All
Pharaoh did.
right.
So a pharaoh didn't want to be known as a failure. So they never wrote down.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So of course they're not going to write down any. But there is
But hey,
archaeology.
hey,
Wait, I'm
you
not done.
contradicted yourself. You
No,
said
hang on. I'm not done.
the
Hang on.
Pharaoh didn't
Hang
want to
on.
write
I'm not
down,
done.
but he should have said, he should have turned around and says, "Oh, look, I've just kicked out fucking 3 million fucking
Yeah.
Israelites from my country." But he didn't even, he didn't write that down. He had a victory. He fucked them off
Well,
out of the city, but he didn't write it down.
okay. Who was the name of the pharaoh at the time? Do you know?
No one knows. No one knows.
No,
The Bible doesn't say.
no.
Hey, don't
We
time
do.
trap me, Hunter, and
No, we
say what
do.
was the
We
name of the
do.
Pharaoh. It doesn't
We
matter.
do.
Hey,
Oh my gosh,
Hunter,
this is
you
ridiculous. You're
don't
not even. You're not.
AWOL on me. I told you don't go AWOL on me. The Pharaoh wasn't named in the Bible, okay?
Yes, he
And that's
was.
not my fault. That's the Bible's fault because the Bible didn't
Oh
want to
my
mention the
goodness.
name of the Pharaoh, right? So
No,
the
his
burden of
name
proof
was.
is on you.
Hey, okay. First of all, you're completely wrong. His name was Ramesses. He was the adopted.
No, it wasn't. No, hey, the Bible doesn't mention Ramesses.
Are you serious right now?
I
Have
am
you read?
fucking.
Have you?
Pull the Bible passage up. Come on, do it for me now.
All right, I'm doing it for you right now.
Pull the fucking name up of Ramesses, who kicked all out the fucking Jews. Come on,
All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up for you.
time's up. 1 second's up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
Geez, I'm not even well versed in the Bible, Hunter, and you can't even beat me.
I don't know what I'm losing at, but okay.
Oh, you're already fucking losing. I want to see the word Ramesses in the Bible. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, let me find it real quick.
The word Ramesses.
Oh, here we go. Exodus 7, 1 through 6.
Just put it in the side chat. Come on, hurry up. Don't be shy.
Crap. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, I've been waiting for more than 1 second. Don't wait. Ramesses. Yeah, we all know about that. Because you know what the Egyptians are like. Everything they wrote about in history was on walls, and yet there was no exodus on their walls. You think that a million people in their city roaming around, there's no indication on their walls. But Mr. Hunter here has got all the information which you can't provide. Even the Bible doesn't provide
hold on,
it.
I just realized
I'm
something.
holding on. Don't worry.
Hunter, I can help you. I'll give you the passages.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Beasley.
Hunter, are you listening? It's Genesis 47:11. And Joseph placed his father and his brethren and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramesses, as Pharaoh had commanded. Exodus 12:37. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses.
Is that in the Bible, Mr. Beasley?
Numbers 33-3.
Put it in the side chat. You know what to do.
Numbers 33:5. And the children
Numbers 33:5. Let's go to Numbers 33:5 in the Bible.
Oh my gosh, Bulldog, you gotta.
Here we go.
Hey, I'm sorry. I mean, I couldn't hear because Bulldog wouldn't be quiet, so I don't know what you were saying. Benji, I'm sorry. Benji, you still there?
Of course he is.
Well,
yeah, I'm here, mate, I'm here. I'll just give you the passages again. You ready?
actually, crap. I was trying to.
Can you hear me?
Hang on. Yeah, I can hear you. Just hang on one second. I'm trying to get them all down real quick. What in the world?
All right.
Benji, is that you?
Genesis 47:11.
No,
Okay.
you said 33:5.
Hunter, Genesis 47:11.
Now he's giving you another one, 47:11. He's going from 33:5. Now he's going from
Hunter, don't
Genesis.
listen to that man. It's Genesis 47:11.
Okay.
Okay, Exodus 12:37. You get that?
No,
12:37.
where is it? I'm looking at it. I can't see it.
Numbers 33:3
Okay.
and Numbers 33:5.
Okay.
Can't see it.
And are all those saying that Ramesses was the pharaoh, or Benji?
Yeah, hang on a second.
Oh wow.
All we've got here is the Israelites left Ramses and camped at Sukkoth. It's got nothing to do with fucking that roaming around in the desert.
No, you asked for when Ramesses was in the Bible, and it says Ramesses.
It's got nothing to do about a fucking Exodus.
That's in Exodus. That's Exodus 12.
No. It says they left the desert of Sin and camped at Dopkaeth or whatever it is. It's got nothing to do about fucking leaving Egypt.
Okay, actually, if you look at verse 36, it actually says the Lord had made the Egyptians favorable disposed towards the people, and they gave them what they asked for, so they plundered the Egyptians. Now, another word for plundered is that means to leave, to vanquish, to get rid of.
So what you're trying to tell me is 2 million people left Egypt, right? There's no archaeological evidence of that. There never has been, and they've been searching for days and days and months. There is no people leaving fucking Egypt.
Not archaeologically, no.
And walking around in the fucking desert for 40 fucking years, right?
Yep.
Right. If you had that many people wandering in the desert, right, there would be donkeys, camels, people died. I guess what I'll tell you something here, Hunter. They haven't even found a toothpick, not a toothpick, right?
And you're not.
And guess what, Hunter? You know what a toothpick is? They haven't found it, right? So don't talk about fucking donkeys, camels, humans. Right?
I didn't even bring that up.
I am bringing it up because they haven't found it. You know why they haven't found it? Because it's not there. If you don't find something, it's not there. It means the whole story is fucking falls upon itself because it's not there. Right?
Okay, again,
whether you read it in a fucking storybook, right? Listen to me very carefully, Hunter. Right? If it's written in a storybook, that's fine. But archaeology does not lie. Right? And when archaeology says there's nothing there, right? You know, what I'm saying is, if you had, say, let's say 1 million people, let's be generous, 1 million people, there'd be fucking campfires, wood. There's not even fucking wood in the fucking desert to burn. There's not water to feed 1 million people, right? There's not enough food. If you had a KFC every fucking 2 miles, it probably still wouldn't be enough fucking food to supply 2 million or even 1 million fucking people. Okay? Let's get one thing straight. It never fucking happened, right? And if you had that sort of people, you'd have they'd be killing fucking donkeys and camels for food. There's no fucking bones remains, okay? Because humans don't eat bones, do they, Hunter? You know that. Dogs eat bones, right, but not humans.
Okay, so do you remember
Hunter, if you got a second? What Ramesses is in the Bible, that's correct, but the Ramesses that's in the Bible only refers to a city. Doesn't refer to a pharaoh.
Let me look at my textbook real quick and see.
So Mr. May is quite correct on that point.
Okay. Let me look at where.
I'm always right, Beasley, and don't you forget it. That's why you don't have the fucking balls to get your fucking scaly fucking ass.
John.
Okay, you know why you know why you got no balls.
Good night. Have a great night, Hunter. My advice to you, mate, is get out of the room, and if you get a chance, drop by and have a chat, and I'll bring you up to speed on these characters and what they get up to.
Hey, Hunter, stay in this fucking room, and I'll bring you up to speed on fucking Rob Beasley. Rob Beasley, he's been in a mental institution. Is that true or false, Rob Beasley?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking fucking Rob Beasley. See, Rob Beasley does not want you to talk to me. Because Rob Beasley, he's been in a mental institution and he will not confirm nor deny. But we all know that he's been in a mental institution, right? And he knows it, I know it, and he will not confirm that he's been in a mental institution. And the reason for that is he's not up to his character.
Okay, well, real quick though, with respect, if it's okay, that's really not your business to put out.
But no, I didn't put it out. He did himself.
Okay,
Right?
well, but you're the one that's telling me now, and I don't appreciate that. I like to actually hear from him.
I listen. It doesn't matter if you appreciate it or not. I'm bringing you up to speed.
No, that's
Right?
fine. No, no, hang on a second. Okay, first of all, again, that's not your business to tell around
It
people.
is. It is. It is. I'm bringing you up to speed because I don't want you to
I
turn around
don't
and say,
care
"Oh,
if you're
you
bringing me up to
tell me
speed.
that he was in a mental institution
I
and I
don't
was
care.
unaware."
Oh,
Right?
God.
So, by me saying to you, he's been in a medical institution, is
Okay.
bringing you up to speed because there's a lot of people on here turning around and go, "Oh, but you didn't tell me he was a schizophrenic, and you didn't
don't.
tell me
Oh my
he was
goodness.
fucking this, and you didn't tell me he was that." All right. So by me telling you that he's a fucking nutcase, you should say, "Okay, thank you very much," opposed to saying, "Oh, you didn't need to tell me." No, that's like fucking the CIA saying, "Oh, you should have told me this, you should
Oh
have
my
told me
goodness.
that," right? So
I'm just
you
wondering.
should be thanking me and saying, "Oh, I'm glad you put me up to speed."
I'm just curious. Is this live? Please tell me this is live.
It doesn't matter if it's fucking live. Who cares? Are you scared?
No,
Are you
I'm
scared?
actually. I'm wanting it to be on live. That's why I asked.
Oh, well, listen, I'm not the fucking gods if they're live or they're not live, all right? Don't ask me.
I was just wondering if you did know.
Okay, now that you don't know, carry on regardless.
Okay, so what you were saying about the whole Exodus thing, beforehand we were talking about Jesus, and I was actually want to ask you a few questions about that.
Okay, can you give me 2 minutes because I'm going to go get another beer?
Sure. I'll count.
Hey, and guess what? It's going to give you another advantage.
1, 2,
Yeah, okay.
3, 4.
All right, I'm back. Come on, give it your next shot, Hunter.
Okay, I was just gonna. What exactly? Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask you, what exact problem do you have with believing if Jesus is real or not?
Well, what do you mean it's a problem? It's your problem, not my problem.
Oh, I'm asking, what problem do you have? Say, for instance, I gave you some sort of evidence or whatever, or say, for instance, I compared it to somebody else along with their evidence. So what is? Why don't you believe that Jesus is real? I guess that's what I meant.
Okay. Let me explain. Yeah, that's a good question, Hunter, and I will elaborate. There's a lot of historians out there, right? And they've debunked the Jesus story over and over and over again, right? Now,
Can you name them?
Well, yeah, I can name them, but if I start naming them, I don't want you to turn around and say, "Oh no, he's no good," because
No.
he is not fucking a good historian, right?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was.
He's no good, right? Right. So if I start naming these people, you're going to turn around and say, "Oh, but all of these historians are all no good."
No, actually, I was curious so that I can write it down and check them out later on. I want to know if it's true or not. So
Well, okay, is Robert Price a good historian?
I don't know who that is. I have to look it up. That's why I'm asking for
Okay.
it.
Okay, so you don't know who Robert Price is, right? Because he's already debunked the Jesus story.
Okay.
Right? And then we've got people like, hang on a second, I'm going to find my list here. Hang on. Can you give me a couple of minutes here?
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
going to go through my historian list because I've got a huge fucking list. There was Robert Price. Hang on a second. Let me have a look here. Hang on a second. I can't find my fucking list. And I gave you like 5 minutes. You got to give me some 5 minutes.
Go right ahead. I'm just listening.
Yeah, all right. Hang on. Where did I put it all? Where did I put? Oh, here. Here we go. Hang on a second. Right. And if you're going to listen to that fucking idiot Robert Beasley, right? Well, all I can say to you is he's a nutcase, right? And, you know, that's my word against his word. But guess what? He's already, he's a he won't confess that he's a nutcase, but he's been put in the nut ward twice, right? Not once, but twice in the last 2 years.
Good to know. I'm still waiting on that list.
Now, no problem.
Still waiting.
No problem. All right, hang on. Well, I'm going to keep that one there. Right? Don't worry. I gave you 5 minutes. Got to give me.
Yep. So far, you're down to 3. So.
I'll keep that timer going. I'll find it.
All right. I'll give you 3 more minutes. Two minutes.
Oh, here we go. I've got a partial list. Okay, here we go.
Cool.
Richie Carrier.
All right, hold on. All right, next.
Ken Humphreys.
Okay.
David Fitzgerald.
How do you spell that last name?
Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald.
Thank you. Next.
Christopher Hitchens.
The journalist.
Yeah, he debunked fucking Jesus. Oh, he was the gaslight. He fucking debunked it, right? Matt Dillahunty, he's done it. Like you said, Philip Roth.
Wait.
Yeah, even Stephen Hawkins, the astrophysicist, he's debunked it.
Where does Stephen Hawkins talked about the reliability of Jesus?
Oh, what do you mean he didn't look? You're asking for something he didn't talk. He says there's no God until you fucking prove it.
Oh, I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about Jesus.
Same thing, isn't it?
Well, no, you're talking about the historicity of Jesus Christ. I'm not talking about the evidence for God or anything. I'm talking about the historicity of Jesus Christ. You're giving me.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll give you David Fitzgerald, Robert Price, Ken Humphreys, Richard Carrier. How many more do you want? All right,
Richard Carrier.
Yeah.
So the only ones that are Okay, so are you just giving me names of atheists who don't believe in Jesus or God? Or are you giving me names?
No. Listen.
I wasn't. I didn't finish.
They put forth their arguments, and guess what? No one, including you, has been able to debunk it. This is where you come crashing down, right?
Oh, okay.
Because they've been in multitude of debates, right? Multitude of debates, and the theists have debated and failed on every occasion.
Okay, I was going to ask you something. Do you know the historicity of Alexander the Great?
No, because I'm not interested in Alexander the Great.
Okay.
You know why?
Okay,
you know why I'm not interested? Because he didn't do any miracles.
No, I'm aware.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's not talk about the history of Alexander the Great. Let's not worry about Christopher Columbus. Let's not worry about those people because they never claimed to do any fucking miracles. And the only person who ever has become, to claim miracles was Jesus Christ, and has failed on every occasion.
Okay, cool. Well, actually, I had a point to make when it had comparing Alexander the Great to Jesus Christ. Are
No,
you
no,
familiar?
no, 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 no,
Once we,
no. I'm not going to let you go on. No, do not compare the two. They're not. No, no.
well,
Alexander the
oh
Great
Lord,
never claimed to do fucking miracles.
I
Don't go
agree.
down that road. Do not fucking try it. You're not going to get. You're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. Okay?
No, I'm just simply showing you historical facts. When you even
No,
look,
no, no, no. You can't show me historical facts because Alexander the Great never claimed to do miracles.
no, I'm talking
Okay?
about for.
So
I'm
it's
talking.
not a fucking fact that you can turn around and say, oh, let's compare the two.
Well, no,
Right?
have you?
One is
Oh my
comparing
Lord,
fucking miracles. The other one's not comparing the miracles.
I'm not
So
talking
don't
about
even go
miracles.
there. Hey, Hunter, I told you
Oh my
before.
Lord,
Hey, don't practice on me. Do not practice
I'm
on
not
me. And I'll tell you
practicing.
what, if you're going to practice on me, I'm going to practice on you and I'm going to berate you. So do not compare two same stories which don't even match, okay?
Okay. Well, no, all I was going to simply say was I wasn't even going to compare miracles. It had nothing to do with miracles. It had simply to do with historicity of the person.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's it. It had nothing to do with miracles. So can I carry on, or are you just going to keep interrupting me and keep thinking
Go
that?
on.
Okay, so
Give it your best shot. Give it your best shot.
okay, so exact. Do you know about the?
No, no, no.
Do you even know what I was going to say?
Yeah, you were going to ask about do you know about the history of Alexander the Great? Is that true or false?
That's false. I wasn't going to say that actually.
Okay, well, what were you going to say? The history of Jesus?
Oh no, I was actually going to say talking about the not. Okay, so we know that Jesus Christ doesn't have any contemporary writings, correct?
Correct.
During his lifetime. Now, does that hinder Jesus' historicity?
Yes, it does. It fucks up the whole story. And the fact that he hasn't got any contemporary writings, it just fucks up the whole fucking story from where to go. And the reason why it doesn't, there was 126 fucking historians at his time, right? And not one of them met him and decided to write down any fucking bullshit about him. But yet he was the one who was like for instance, like all those 126 historians, all of them were writing things down like, Tony fucking pinched a fucking loaf of bread, and Jimmy pinched a fucking leg iron, and fucking Peter fucking stole a horse. Yeah, but none of them, not one of them, wrote any fucking historical claims about fucking Jesus, and he was supposed to be the main man, or was walking around, yada yada yada, doing this, doing that, clean, healing the fucking sick and fucking making the blind see. Yet none of these historians, 126, mind you, right? Not one of them fucking running to him, right, at that time, which makes it sound like, what a load of fucking bollocks, right? And
Okay.
you know it, I know it, and you're trying to play make believe, right? It's like I said to you before, Hunter, right? You're not gonna like me when I fucking produce this fucking evidence which you don't have, right? That's why you bombed up that fucking stupid fucking picture, right? And you know that is not the fucking his death play. You know that, right? You're just trying to play make believe, and 126 fucking historians at that time could not fucking never wrote anything about him, right? You know why they never wrote anything about him? It's because there was no person around at that time who fucking existed, and you know that. You're trying to play fucking make believe, right? And you've been done like a fucking dinner, and you should open. And you said to me, "Oh, you should have fucking. You gotta listen to this and that. You gotta open your eyes and say, you know what? I think you got a valid point. Instead of fucking arguing with me, you should say to yourself, a bulldog's got a valid point here. But no, if you're gonna put up an argument, put up the argument or shut up."
Okay, well, let me put up the argument then. Are you familiar with this? Are you familiar with the historian scholar John Dominic Crossan?
No.
He's a historian. You can write him down if you want, since I wrote down the ones you gave me.
Go on. I said I don't know. Go on. Next question.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear. I'm sorry. Well, okay. So pretty much, he's a skeptic of course, Christianity, the Bible, and everything. But even he, as a historian scholar, believes that probably at least 20% of what we read, even in the Gospels, is originally the sayings of Jesus. Now, that's from a historical scholar who isn't even a Christian. Even in spite of like Crustain's view, and those of a few others, French scholars like him, the consensus of most historians is that the gospel accountings give us a clear picture of Jesus Christ. Whether the New Testament accounts are trustworthy is the subject of another article, which, I mean, I have that too. But if you actually look at, let's see, non-Jewish accounts, his Jewish opponents, I'm talking about Jesus, of course, had the most to gain by denying Jesus' existence. But the evidence points to the opposite direction. Like, I mean, you have several Jewish writings. Jewish writings also tell of his flesh and blood existence. Both Gamaliel of the Jewish Talmud, I'm sure you're familiar with it, since you're advanced more than me, of course. Referring to Jesus, and even though although these consist of only a few brief, bitter passages intended to discount Jesus' deity. These very early Jesus writings don't begin to hint that he was not a historical person. So how do you explain that when you have, for instance, Gemara's of the Jewish Talmud, which refers to Jesus as a real person, which they were trying to deny his deity, but that's beside the point.
Listen, Hunter. Listen, do you accept that fucking all the Jews don't accept that Jesus was a real person? Do you accept that?
Well, can you show me how?
Oh, I don't have to show you how. Fucking research it yourself.
I have.
Shut up. The Jewish people today, right? Don't worry about research. The Jewish people today, right, do not accept that Jesus ever existed, right? How's that for fucking irony? Jesus Christ never existed.
Well, you haven't proved that. You're just stating it.
No, stop it. Don't ask me for evidence. Go look it up for yourself.
I haven't, and I'm showing you what I did find.
Not accepted Jesus Christ was a real person.
Okay, I'm giving you Jewish scholars who say that he did. So,
Jewish fucking people do. Hey, have you ever seen a Jewish man wearing a fucking cross with Jesus Christ around his neck? Show me one. Show me one now. Come on, smartass.
Okay,
show me one. Show me a Jewish man wearing fucking a cross with Jesus Christ hanging around his neck. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, big boy. Come
All
on,
right.
big boy. Hey, big boy. Big boy. Show me a fucking picture of a Jewish man wearing Jesus Christ around his neck. Come on, big boy.
Okay, are you gonna let me, or are you just gonna keep blabbering?
Hey, I said do it.
Okay, I'm trying to actually talk. Like I said before you rudely interrupted once again, you're not going to find any Jewish people wearing crosses because they didn't believe that Jesus was their Messiah. So you're being false there. Second of all,
you know what? I'm being false.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, second of all, wait, I wasn't finished.
They're all liars.
Again, I wasn't finished. No.
They're all liars. They're all liars. You know why they're all liars? Because the story was made up. You just don't like it that the story is made up. That's your problem. Hey, Hunter, I told you it wasn't going to be easy, right? Mm-hmm. Right? You picked a fucking bad topic, right? You never win.
Okay, well, let me ask you
this topic. Hey, Hunter, you know why you can't win? Because you don't have it. You don't have any fucking horses in the horse race.
Okay. And are you walking or stumbling? Because you're not doing any better than I am. No.
You're stumbling. You're the one who's stumbling, right? And you know what? Hunter. I am. Hey, listen. I'll let you know on a little secret. You know, if you can't beat me, you can't beat anybody, right? Because all the people that fucking don't like me, they're the people that you're going to have to stumble across. And I know you've been in Steve McRae's hangout, right? You failed there, right? Okay. You will fail all the way down. You've come down to the fucking pits by talking to me. right?
that's fine. I mean, I don't.
You know why you won't win? You know why you won't win? Because you can't win. You don't have anything. You're bankrupt.
So what I just told you about the Talmud.
You can tell me everything, but you don't have anything, right? You can tell me stories, but you don't have any evidence to back it up. That's why you can tell me stories about Superman. You don't have any fucking cape. You don't have any fucking any pictures. You got nothing. That's why I asked you to show me a picture of fucking Jesus' tomb. You came out with a fucking picture which is not fucking Jesus' tomb, and you fucking know it. And you are bankrupt. And if you can't beat me, you can't beat anybody.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you. Do you remember? Okay, so the Jewish Talmud. That's a historical document.
Oh God, it's a historical document.
No, I was just gonna. No, I was just gonna ask you. Hey, Sydney, are you still on?
I don't know if he's still on. Don't ask him. I'm gonna go for a leak.
Is anybody still on other than just me and Bulldog? I'm not talking to you, Bulldog.
I'm still here.
I'm just wondering, am I missing something here? Well, hang on. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. Am I missing something? Because I'm trying. Hang on a second. I'm trying to ask something. Am I missing something here to where like not being clear or anything? Because I'm really not getting anything back. I'm just getting real. I mean, honestly, his opinionated gestures saying that it's a bunch of bullcrap.
He's teaching you.
Well, what is he hasn't told me anything.
Listen to him without interrupting him. That's the best thing you can do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah, I can hear
I'm just going to read you something. And this comes from a Wikipedia article, but it's got references. And one of the references is one of John May's. He used Price as one of his authorities.
Mm-hmm.
So this particular Price guy is a source for this comment I'm going to read to you. The comment goes, an overwhelming majority of New Testament scholars and Near East historians applying the standard criteria of historical investigation find that the historicity of Jesus is more probable than not. I've given you a link, hopefully there, so you can investigate that further, but I suggest what you do is there's some footnotes there. Have a look at the footnotes.
I appreciate it. So are you in agreement with me that Jesus did exist?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
He did. I'm extremely confident of that.
Well, I'm just. Am I missing? Like, I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, look, John May's form. I've known his the way that he carries on is to be bombastic. You know, if you're having a good dialogue, it should be. You know, you share your evidence and then you discuss the evidence.
Right. Which I mean, I gave him the Jewish Talmud. Yeah, I gave him the Jewish Talmud too, but then he said it's bullcrap, but didn't give me anything. And he told me to do research, and then again, I have, and this is actually what I found. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm really.
Well, you've got the overwhelming majority of New Testament scholars in your corner.
Okay. Well, not just New Testament scholars, but also secular scholars as well. I would agree. I mean, there's even an Anoxis, Bert. I can't remember his last name. His first name is Bert. I can't remember off the top of my head because it's 4:20 in the morning here. So I mean, like, he's agnostic. He's not even a Christian or anything, and he's a liberal agnostic at that. And he wrote books about Jesus, what he did, and everything. But yet, you know, you have skeptics out there who say Jesus Christ existed, but yet aren't even Christians. And he asked me to pull up somebody, like a Jewish person, wearing a cross. But then again, like I said before, Jewish people are not going to wear crosses, of course, because for one, if they didn't believe Jesus was the Messiah, so they're not going to wear crosses. So I mean, I feel like this is
sometimes with John May, he pulls ideas on the fly. So he's got quite a creative mind, but it's, they're not based on fact. If you're holding to produce evidence, so my advice to you is that when he makes a statement, just don't carry the conversation on until he validates the statements that he makes with his evidence.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I mean, I mean, honestly, and Sydney, I want you to be honest too. Is he doing that?
What's that? Sorry.
Is he carrying weight with what he is saying? Honestly.
Is he what?
Oh, he's got some points that are valid, so got to grant him that. But
He's a serious
there are
viewer.
times, particularly when you present an argument against him and he hasn't researched it, he will, divert.
Mm-hmm.
To have a good discourse on these sort of subjects, it's about sharing research and knowledge.
Hunter,
I would.
Hunter, you don't really want to listen to.
And in the end of the day, Hunter, you would walk away.
Rob, hold on a minute.
Experience.
Hold on a minute. Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Oh, sorry, Sydney. Hunter, nice to chat. I've actually got to run.
No! Run away. Hunter, you don't really want to listen to anything that Rob Beasley says, because Rob Beasley is, he's not an authority on anything whatsoever. Nothing. So
And
be
y'all are?
very careful when you hear Rob Beasley's voice.
Well, are y'all authoritative too?
No.
Do y'all have authority?
No,
Okay, so
not at all. Certainly not on things that aren't fact.
okay, so why should I take consideration what y'all say too if y'all say the same thing about him?
Because we're not.
I'll tell you why, Hunter, because he's been in the nut house 2 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now 2 times in the nut house is my research on Rob Beasley, right? Now, why would you want to think about fucking his fucking opinion? Are you going to tell? Hey, Hunter, I want to ask you a question. Would you ask a homeless man on the street for financial advice?
I don't know the person. I don't know y'all, and I don't know him, so no.
No. That's a fucking question. Are you, if you've got $1 million in your pocket, are you going to ask a homeless man for financial advice? The answer is yes or fucking no.
I don't know him. So
Yes,
What do you mean you don't know? So you got $1 million in your fucking pocket, you don't know what to do with it, and you're gonna fucking ask a fucking homeless man what I should do with it?
No, I didn't say that. I said I don't know
Well, fucking say something. Say something.
I did. I said I don't know him, just like how I don't know y'all.
No, I said, are you gonna fucking, I'm gonna ask you again. Are you gonna fucking, you got $1 million in your pocket, are you gonna ask a homeless man for financial advice? The answer is yes or no.
Yes.
Come on, Hunter. You got $1 million in your pocket. Are you gonna ask a homeless man for financial advice?
No, because I don't know him.
Well, you fucking idiot. You don't know him. So you don't know him.
How
so
I don't
know. Fucking ask for financial advice. So
right,
you know what?
Well,
you know what I reckon you should do? You know what, Hunter? That fucking idiot, fucking Robert Beasley, he's been in the fucking nut house, and you're gonna fucking ask for fucking his advice? Oh no, I don't know him. Is that your answer, Hunter? Is that gonna be a fucking dumbass saying I don't know him?
Well, like I said before, I said no because I don't know him, and like the same, I wouldn't ask.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Are you gonna let me finish?
So in other words,
well,
guess what, Hunter? Hey, Hunter, why don't you sit down with a fucking homeless man, right, and find out, what he eats for breakfast, what he eats for lunch, what he has for dinner, and where he buys his fucking clothes from, right? And then cuddle up to him. And then find out if he wants to give you some financial advice. How's that, Hunter? Is that good advice? Hey, Hunter, is that good advice?
No.
Well, then fucking walk past that fucking homeless man and say, I don't need fucking financial advice from you.
Right, like I said.
Get yourself a fucking life, Hunter.
Like I said, I would say no. Like I said before. Because for one, I don't know him. And second of all, why would I ask a homeless man for financial advice in the first place?
Exactly. So why would you ask someone?
No, I'm asking you now. I'm asking you.
Shut up.
I'm asking
Rob Beasley has been in a fucking sideboard.
I'm still asking you.
Why would you be talking to him? Why
still
would you
asking
be
you.
talking to a psych ward patient, Hunter?
See, this
Why
is-
would, hey, Hunter, why would you be talking
Oh,
to a
Lord.
psych ward patient, Hunter? Hunter, why would you be talking to a psych ward patient, Hunter? You know, you
Are you
gave
gonna
me
let me
the
talk?
fucking Hunter, hey, Hunter, you listen to me. You will
Mhm.
never beat me. Just like Rob Beasley never beat me, and he never will.
Well, hey, can I ask you a quick question?
Make it fucking quick.
The Book of Hezekiah, is it Old Testament or New Testament? Real quick.
I don't even know what you're fucking talking about. No, shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm asking a simple question. Book of Hezekiah, Old Testament or New Testament? Which one?
Don't know. Tell me.
It's neither, because the Book of Hezekiah is not in the Bible. See, I knew that and you didn't. You lost. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm just being a troll right now. Anyways, so do you want to carry on this conversation or do you want to keep on rambling and not let me talk? Because I can keep rambling on too and not let you talk at all, just like how you've been doing to
let
me.
you talk, right? If you can't beat me, right?
I'll give you
I
a
am low hanging fruit. If you can't beat me, do not go into other rooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
About
No,
all the big.
I'm still going to.
Yeah, you're allowed to, Hunter.
I appreciate
Right.
it.
I'm telling you, don't go into the big boys' rooms.
Okay, well, I have. Well, I'm sorry, I take that back. I don't know.
Yeah,
who
I know.
technically-
I've seen you in there, Hunter. I've seen you in there. Don't do it anymore, right? Because
Why should I take your advice?
right? And you
Why
will
should-
continually beaten down. It's best you get beaten up down here with me,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And
Oh,
Rob Beasley, right? Because Rob Beasley's a fucking nutcase, right? And
Mhm.
he's admitted on his own volition that he's been in a fucking psych ward 2 fucking times, right?
Mhm.
Because of his stupidity, right?
Right. And okay, well, hang on a second. Real quick, you keep like saying these things, or whatever. Why should I take your advice?
Well, guess
You've been-
what? You know
you've been
what?
drinking.
Rob Beasley. Rob Beasley didn't
I'm not
take
talking
my
about Rob
advice
Beasley.
and
I'm
he
talking
went
about
into
you.
the fucking. I'm answering you. Well,
I'm
you
not
said
talking about-
why take my advice. Guess what? Rob Beasley didn't take my advice, and he went into the psych ward. Then he came out, and then he started rambling on again, right? And he went into the psych ward again. So, guess what? Guess what? It's best you take my advice because Rob Beasley has been in the psych ward twice, and then you're coming in, you're saying, oh, why should I take my advice? Because I've just told you I've sent fucking Rob Beasley into the psych ward 2 times, and you're saying to me, why should you take my advice? Well, guess what? I've got fucking Rob Beasley into the psych ward 2 times, and you're saying, why should you take my advice? Well,
You
guess
just keep
what?
repeating
I've
yourself.
got 2 fucking scalps, you've got none. How do you feel about that?
Well, you keep saying, I'm not even talking about Rob, I'm talking about you, first of all. Second of all, you keep saying that he's been in the whatever for twice, but you're over here drinking. How do I know that you're not drunk and you're not pulling stuff out of your rear end?
Well, guess what? If I can drink and get fucking Rob Beasley, who doesn't drink, into a psych ward, what does that say? Does that say that I'm fucking right, or does that say that Rob Beasley's right and he keeps getting fucking thrown into the psych ward? Who's fucking right?
Well, you haven't shown me anything to show that you're right. You just stated stuff and not haven't shown me any
guess
evidence.
what? You know what? I'll tell you what. You're a fucking dumb clock. If I can get fucking people to fucking pick him up and take him into a fucking psych ward, what more evidence do you fucking need? Are you a fucking slow learner, or are you just pretending to be fucking stupid?
No, I'm talking about this conversation we've had the whole time. You've only stated things.
The conversation we've had all this fucking time. Rob Beasley has been in a psych ward, right? 2 fucking times, okay? Do you agree that he's been in a fucking psych ward, or do you think that I'm making it up? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Well, guess what? I'm going to tell you. If you reckon you don't know, I'm telling you that he will admit he's been in the psych ward 2 times. Okay.
Okay.
Now you know why he's been in the psych ward 2 times? Because he's been fucking wrong, and fucking wrong. Right? And now you've come up as a 22-year-old or a 23-year-old whoever you want, right? And you're gonna fucking come head to toe with me, right? And then tell me and show me fucking pictures and fucking bullshit pictures, and then you're gonna fucking come up against it. Hey, Beasley spent more money than you have, little boy. Right? Rob Beasley has spent fucking thousands of dollars producing a fucking book which he got fucking berated on, and you're coming up here as a child, a fucking immature child, going, oh, I'm going to give it my best fucking shot. And Rob Beasley's been put into a fucking cycle 2 times, and guess what? You have got no chance, right? You've got nothing. Absolutely no brass razoo.
Okay. Well, I was just, I'm also talking about, like, not just the conversation about Rob Beasley.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, so
I thought you were going to be open-minded. You've done nothing. You've been no open-minded. You've been negative-minded. All you've tried to defend is the fucking Exodus, which you haven't got nothing, right? You've produced a fucking picture of a fucking non-event, right? What else have you got? Have you got anything else? Have you got fucking Jesus Christ fucking jock straps or whatever you got? Whatever you got, put it up on screen, because no other cunt has been able to put anything up on screen. Give me your best shot, big boy. Come on, you're 23 years old. Come on.
All right, hang on one second. Let me pull it up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Look, 100 years ago they couldn't do it. Now here you are, big fucking hunter. I'm gonna disprove it all. Fuck off.
I mean, if you want me to leave, I can. That's not a problem either. But I mean,
here we go. If you want me to leave, no, put your evidence up. Right? We've dealt with fundies before, right? They haven't got nothing, right?
Are you fine with
absolutely jack shit?
Are you fine with me sharing a study that I actually did? Excuse me.
No. Couldn't give a fuck about your fucking study. You're 23 years old.
Well,
right?
it has sources.
Fucking yesterday. How the fuck did you turn around and say, "Oh, I've got a fucking study"? I'm not interested in your fucking studies.
It has sources too.
Listen. You're lucky that your fucking study means nothing, all right? Well, I can put up a fucking study too.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't believe it. Oh, I've done a study on Jesus Christ and I can prove it. No, you can't.
Well, no, I was going to say it also has sources too if you wanted those as well.
No, you show me fucking, I told you, you show me a bullshit picture. It's not even fucking Jesus' fucking burial site. So I pulled you undone with that one. So you've been fucking berated with that one. And you should be ashamed that you, as a child, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, so...
Hey, listen, and you know it. And you fucking know it. You fucking tried that bullshit on me. You're a fucking child, right? Okay. Do not, and stop pulling up this fucking Krishna and Dionysus. That just proves your guilt, right?
Guilt of what?
Mithra, and all the bullshit.
No, okay, I was gonna.
Is not a fucking answer, okay? Is fucking your fucking stupidity. Means fucking you are losing the battle. Right? Okay. Don't give me the fucking anymore. You're losing. And you know it.
Okay. Do you believe that Jesus is copied from Horus, Mithra, Krishna, or Dionysus?
Possibly all of them.
Okay, can you give me evidence for that?
Yeah. Because there's other books where were written.
Oh, books. Okay. That's good evidence. Yep.
Yeah, books that the fucking story was fucking plagiarized.
All right, can you show me the books?
Yeah, can I show you? What did you fucking Google the fucking books are? Hang on a second. Yeah, I can.
All right, cool. And while you're at it, I also have these right here, which actually shows what actually is told from these myths. And it actually doesn't line up. And actually, by the way, this is written by an atheist too, so.
Oh, yeah, it's written by a fucking atheist.
Okay, so. Okay, so
Yeah, look, Mithra. See, you're proving your own fucking stupidity.
Mm-hmm. So was Jesus? Oh, I'm sorry. Was Horus born of a virgin?
Well, according to Horace, it says, yeah, he was.
No,
Snake
actually-
bites.
No, actually, you're wrong again. Isis received the dead Osiris long enough to have sex with him and conceive Horus. So you're wrong about that. Even loosely translated, this is not a virgin conception. That's strike one. Star in the East, talking about the Star of David, there is no reference to any stars during Horus's birth, and he did not walk on water. He did, however, Horus the child is associated with the healing of snake bites and scorpion stings. So you got a miracle right there. During his time...
Okay, so that means... Okay, hang on, stop there, dickhead. Stop there. That means fucking Horus is a god, right? So every time you get a green strike, you got a fucking miracle, right? So every time you got a fucking miracle, right, that means Horus is real.
No.
No, yes. You got a green strike. Every time you give me a green strike, you give me a miracle. Because Horus fucking done it. So you're trying to say, oh no, Horus didn't do it. But you're showing me testimony that he fucking did do it. You're a fucking dickhead.
Okay. Well, like I was gonna say before.
No, you actually read it yourself, you fucking asswipe. You actually read it, and then I pulled you up on it, and you went no, and then you read it, and it's there. Ha ha ha! I win. Ha ha!
Yeah, can you give me one reference where Jesus healed snake bites and a scorpion sting?
Yeah, he does. He actually says he fucking played with snakes.
No, I said, did he heal somebody with snake bites and scorpion stings? Give me a reference.
Okay. So what you're trying to say is, there's no plagiarism.
I didn't say that.
Fucking plagiarism.
I didn't say that.
So in other words, what you're trying to do, you're trying to debunk Horus as your god. You're trying to debunk Mithra as your god. Mm-hmm. You're trying to debunk fucking Krishna. You're trying to debunk fucking Dionysus. And you want fucking Jesus, right? You're just trying to debunk hundreds and hundreds of fucking gods to fucking validate your Jesus claims. You are fucking stupid. You are fucking stupid beyond belief. You are fucking going, oh no, all these other gods are all these other gods are all wrong, but Jesus is fucking the right one, and yet you're fucking validating my fucking point saying, look, Mithra died from some miracles. You're actually pulling up all of these other things. You are stupid in the highest degree. That's why you've taken a fucking screen share. You're actually validating my point that fucking Jesus was another myth. Because all your fucking claims with all these other fucking gods are all fucking, I'll put it back up on again. Yeah, they're all right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at all the green ones.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I was actually pointing out...
So are you debunking... hang on a second. Are you debunking all of these other fucking claims? How can you debunk them?
Well, actually, what I was going to show you was how the Jesus versus myth thing was actually debunked in the early 1900s. Because when you... when you compare...
1900s?
Well, yeah, because I mean, the closest depiction of Jesus Christ...
John, mate, are you drunk? Are you drunk? This kid seems to be handing it to you on a plate.
Fuck off, Beasley, you fucking dickhead.
Okay, Hunter, I got to tell you something. Hunter,
Beasley,
hold on a second, Bulldog.
Hey, Beasley, you will never.
Look up
Bulldog,
Beasley, Beasley, you are a fucking nobody. And if you keep carrying on like this, we'll ring up again. We'll get you in the fucking loony asylum, okay?
Hunter.
Hey, I'm
Hunter,
still here.
okay, let me tell you about Rob Beasley. You should stay away from him. He's a little dangerous. What he likes to do, and Bulldog was right. He's been under care twice, but what he likes to do is he likes to get underage boys and girls to get in hangouts, and he tries to talk to them about masturbation. Be very careful of him.
Okay, I appreciate it. But does anybody want to talk about what I just presented?
Yeah. If other gods can perform miracles, why do you discount them?
Well, actually, what I was showing was the whole Jesus versus myth things, and because a lot of people want to say that Jesus and Horus are the same because Horus was born of a virgin, the Star of David, along with the Star in the East, walked on water, restored sight, crucified, dead for 3 days, resurrected. The Mithra thing, I'm really just comparing all the myths.
Yeah, but
Compared
if you found, I saw at least two gods there that perform miracles.
right. Well, I mean, if
Right.
anybody's
Okay.
claiming,
Well, hold on a second. You say right, they perform miracles, but
Mhm.
you don't believe it.
Right. Well, no. Actually, what I was going to say was if you know, I mean, if you look back
Do
in
you
any
believe
history,
that those other gods perform miracles?
no, can you let me finish what I'm saying?
Well, can you answer my question?
Yeah, I'm trying to. You won't let me finish.
Do you believe that those other gods perform miracles?
Yeah, back in history, yeah, there's many. I was actually going to say, if you look at history, all gods have performed at least some sort of miracle. But what I'm trying to point out is that they're not the same thing. There's no comparison, and that's what I'm trying to show. The only thing that's actually debatable, nothing. I mean, the only thing that's or even close, is that like for instance, the Horus thing. Horus, the child, is associated with the healing of snake bites and scorpions. Now that's not a comparison with Jesus. Only the fact that there's a healing, but there's no depiction of Jesus healing somebody of snake bites or scorpion kings or anything. He's more of a leprosy kind of thing. Another one I want to point out is with Mithra. It's debatable. The Mithra stories say that the god only had one or two disciples. However, there is a stone carving that illustrates Mithra slaying a bull with 12 bystanders looking on. That doesn't say 12 disciples. What it's saying is there's 12 people watching them or anything, but there's no saying that it's a follower or anything. And I mean, another one is like with Krishna. She performed miracles. Like most gods, Krishna performed many miracles. That's not the. I mean, you can't argue with that. Most gods in any historical religion whatsoever, they all perform some sort of miracle. That's what a god does, to show that he's more than just a human. Otherwise, how can you say that somebody's more than human without them perform miracles? Okay, so and then Dionysus, born of a virgin.
So
Again, this is
there's many
debatable.
gods performing
I'm sorry.
miracles, right?
Right, but there's none that's similar to the life and story of Jesus
It
Christ.
doesn't have to be. Neither of them are similar to each other, and no,
Well, no,
Jesus Christ is not similar to them, so big deal. But they're all
well, no,
gods, and they all have the same standing. They all have the same degree of piety, of whatever, of holiness.
right, but that proves my point even more though, because what I was showing was that they're no comparison in miracles, which kind of proves that Jesus wasn't copied from other
That kind of doesn't,
gods.
you know.
No, it doesn't, because there's no miracle that's the same. So therefore, it couldn't have been copied and paste like skeptics say they are.
No,
What are you eating?
spaghetti.
That's what's up.
You've ruined my whole day. I haven't eaten.
I'm waiting on this birthday cake to come up since it is my birthday and all.
Nice.
I'm just waiting for them to bust in my door right now with candles and all.
Your
So, any-
your
so
myth.
anyways, but that's what I wanted to show, the whole myth thing. Just kind of show like, because there's there was one that was created to show like how they're all similar. Well, this one here, actually, if anybody wants to come, you said this is being recorded, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if anybody wants to come back and check out these sites and anything, that's totally cool. It kind of gives the stories of the actual people that are in this. So I just wanted to, I don't know if people can see that, but I just wanted to make that larger and larger so that people can see it. So I just wanted to kind of show that so that people can see. And
All right,
I
stay
was
away
gonna.
from Rob Beasley. Is the best thing you can take away from this tonight? Is stay away from Rob Beasley.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. But the best thing I can say for y'all to take away from this, um, if you're going to state something, at least provide some sort of
Well,
evidence to
you
back
did
it up.
that. You did that over and over again. You said God, 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 but you never ever provided any evidence
No,
that
I
this God
no, I
thing.
never
Hold
said.
on a minute, I haven't finished.
Oh, sorry.
You never provided any evidence that God, whatever this God is, that it can even be a possibility. You just said it. You just assumed that a God, whatever it is, we should all just take your word for it that there's something like
No,
that.
I never said take my word for
Sydney,
it.
Sydney, you there? Sydney. Hello, Sydney. Sydney, you made an accusation that I somehow interfere with young people. Is that correct or not? Sydney,
I'm eating. Do you
oh,
mind?
quiet on me. Sydney, you made an accusation. Now, as Hunter was pointing out, when you make claims, you back them up with your evidence. So I look forward to hearing your evidence on that particular claim. Hunter, the term gaslighting is exactly what happened, what this guy Sydney just did to me.
Hunter, the gaslighting
Mate,
means
good night,
absolutely
boys.
nothing.
Have a great night.
Don't worry about him.
Don't forget the evidence, Sydney.
Don't worry about him. He's a bit of a nutter.
Do you have evidence for that?
That Rob Beasley is a nutcase? Oh,
Yeah.
lots. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll be waiting for that too.
He admits it himself. I got videos.
Okay. Well, he hasn't yet. I mean, he seems pretty okay to me. The same with you guys. Y'all seem pretty okay, so that's why I'm still here. You know, with respect of each other.
Well, he also
Sydney, just to
hold on
correct
a
you
minute.
again, Hunter.
He also goes into hangouts with girls, with women. Hold on a minute, hey Rob, come on. He goes into hangouts with girls and asks them to show him their titties. Can you believe it?
No, I can't because.
Good night.
You see,
Well, no, I can't.
He's running away. As soon as you tell him the truth, oh, goodbye.
Well, okay. Well, notice that you still haven't given me any evidence for that. So.
Well, no, but I mean, it's on
okay.
film. Just because I haven't given you right this minute, I'll get here. It's not a problem. It's on probably his own channel, or well, I've certainly got it downloaded, so I'll give you evidence of that pretty soon.
All right, you can send me a link. That'd be cool. Right there in the chat if you want.
Okay.
Because what I kind of realized is that this whole time I've been talking, I've actually given links. I was actually willing to share sources with you guys, and everything.
Yeah, but you don't understand something.
Well, hang on. Let me finish real quick, please, and then I'll let you talk.
Right.
And then everything that I've said has been countered claims and everything, but I really didn't see anything to disprove my arguments. I mean, and I'm not saying that as in oh, you didn't give me anything, blah, 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 a bunch of bull crap. I'm not saying that at all. I actually would love to have sources or anything that y'all can provide. Like I said, I even wrote down the names, which is Robert Price, Richard Carrier, Kent Humphreys, David Fitzgerald, Christopher Hitchens, Matt Delhunty, and Stephen Huggins. But he's a physicist, though. So
did you
I am
Richard Dawkins?
Well, he's a biologist, though. That was for historical.
He's a zoologist.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. I can write him down, too. Have you read his book, The God Delusion?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, and by the way, about Richard... Oh, I almost said Richard Nixon. Good grief. I'm over here thinking about presidents. Richard Dawkins. Yeah, I've actually looked at Richard Dawkins, Matt Delhunty, Stephen Hawking, and the other one, Christopher Hitchens, which, God rest his soul, pun intended there, because he just died of cancer. So I have looked at some of these people, but I'll recheck them even for the sources, and I'm not going to be biased or anything and just completely blow it off. I'll look at it, because that's what we all need to do, is not take in.
But you don't understand. There's something you don't understand, Hunter.
Okay.
we're not really waiting for you to bring up any proof because we know you don't have any, right? We know that your
So you,
hold on a minute, let me finish. You know,
sorry.
we know that your ideology and your religion and all this kind of stuff is based on just fiction, based on old folklore and myth. We know it.
Okay.
There's not
Well,
something we don't need to go to your links. We don't need to read your little studies or whatever, because we know that you're barking up at the wrong tree. You're going on a wild goose chase. We know that, and it's a bit frustrating to watch someone go through the motions of living out of the current reality. It's pretty painful to see.
well, okay. Well, can I ask you something real quick?
Uh,
Out of all of the knowledge in the universe, how much do you think you know?
all of it.
Honestly, all of it. So you know 100% of everything,
Well, if you
literally.
yeah, well, I'm not quite sure in what context you're talking about, but yeah, I could pretty much say I know 100% of everything. If you're talking to me, if you're saying to me that God created the Big Bang, and I come to you with a counter argument that makes more logical or rational scientific sense, then that means I accept reality and you don't accept reality. I think that's the
Okay.
difference.
Well, if you know, okay, give me this real quick. If you know everything, can you give me the equation for the gravitational constant real quick off the top of your head since you know
Off the top of my
everything?
head, oh hell no.
Okay, what about any laws of physics? Can you give me one
One law of
equation
physics? No,
wise?
you see, the
Yeah.
thing is,
Mm,
the laws of physics are constant. I know that.
right. No, I'm asking for the
I know the
equation.
laws of physics are constant throughout the universe. I know that. I don't have to know the details. I just know that they are.
No, I'm
And
asking
so
for
do
the
you,
for an
right?
equation.
And so do
No,
you.
no. I didn't say I did. I'm asking you if you can, since you know everything, give me the equation of the gravitational constant. The equation, not the law of it.
Well,
Do you
since
know
you
what
know
it?
everything
Do you
about
know?
Christianity,
No, I didn't say that.
yes, you do. You're the one who's studying it. You're the one who's
Right. I'm right. That means that I have a. That
tell me
means that
everything
I'm.
you know about Lollardy. Tell me
Oh
everything.
no.
Tell me everything about
Okay.
Lollardy. Everything you know about Catharism. Come on, let's hear all about it.
Well, like I said, I don't know everything. That's why I'm
Whoa, whoa,
studying it.
whoa, 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 whoa! It's your field. It's Christianity. It's your field. It's not,
That
I don't. I'm not asking you to know everything about everything. I'm asking you to know something about your field. That's all.
right. That's why I said I'm studying it so I can know more
But
about it.
this is not something that it's fourth years. I'm not asking you fourth year questions. I'm asking you questions that you, even if you just do this as a hobby, you'd know. But you don't
Right.
seem to, which is troubling.
Do you want me to give you like just one thing?
No, you don't. I just said to you, we know that that you have no
Ideology.
evidence. We know that your claims, your assertions are specious. They groundless. We know this.
How?
You're not trying to convince us of anything because we know you can't. You won't.
Okay.
So,
No, no, that's
so I
fine.
don't want you to have the mindset that think you're going to come in here and you're going to start converting people and
No. No.
expecting
I
us
no y'all. Y'all.
expecting us to take your illogical arguments and start nodding our heads, yes sir, no sir. No, we don't do that.
No.
We don't do that here.
No. If anything, I want you guys to question because we all need to question everything. Honestly,
Yeah. So what? So what's wrong with that?
I didn't. I just said there. I'm for people asking questions. We need to question everything.
Okay. So what's wrong with getting a rational answer to a question?
I didn't say
If
it
you
was.
question
Oh,
everything, if you question Jesus Christ and you realize that there's no Jesus Christ, doesn't exist, then you've done your questioning and you've got an answer. But when you just say question everything and then you come up with Jesus Christ is the only God around, la 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 la, then you haven't questioned shit.
okay. Well, uh, okay. For one, I have done research and I was trying to show that. Like, for instance, Alexander the Great. Does he exist? Did he exist?
Yes,
How do you know that?
because there are many different
Mm.
different and unconnected sources of information. That's why.
Unconnected? You mean connected? It needs to be
No,
connected if it
unconnected.
connects it.
Unconnected.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying about that. Okay.
In other words,
How
one
long
person
ago?
writes about it, and somebody else writes about it, and somebody else writes about it, and they don't know that each writing about it.
Okay, so I
Right.
was just gonna ask, how long? Because there's actually no contemporary writings of Alexander the Great. So how long after
Actually,
Alexander the Great?
this is where you're being sucked in by people.
Hmm.
You're being sucked in by people who don't know what they're talking about, and what you're doing is you're not doing your own research.
No, I am. This
Alexander
is
the Great.
historical.
Alexander the Great. If you had done your research, you'd know that Alexander the Great actually had people, scribes with him,
Hmm. Can you
recording
name
his
one?
history as he moved, through
Yeah.
his
Can you give me
campaigning.
one? Yeah. Can you give me one historical documentation of Alexander the Great while he lived, please, right now?
Say it again.
Can you give me one historical documentation of Alexander the Great while he lived, please, right now?
Only if you can recite verse 6 of Galatians 1. Right now. Right this minute. No, no,
Well,
no, no, no. You're too late. Sorry. No.
you
Yeah,
didn't even give me a chance.
sorry. No, no, no. You fail. You see,
No,
you see how ridiculous you're
you
sounding. You see how ridiculous you're sounding.
I'm giving you a chance
You're
to
giving me a
to
chance. You're
yeah.
throwing
Oh
orders
my
at me,
lord.
are you?
Yeah,
Well,
no, I'm
well,
giving you a chance to look up.
son. I'm telling you, we're teaching you. You're not teaching us.
Okay, well, since you know everything, can you just give me the name of that historical documentation, real quick?
Sure. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, it's Charlie Bravo Sierra 1322.15 Alpha.
Let me write that down real quick. Say that one more time.
No, I said it. You can go back and
Mm-hmm.
you can rewind or something if you like. But yeah, that was
Yeah,
it. You have
I'll do
another
that.
question?
Yeah. Can you be honest for one? Can you be honest with me on this real quick?
If you stop lying to me, then
No.
I'll totally be honest with you. Although I have
Okay.
been.
Oh, okay. Um, for real. I'm being serious. Like, obviously, you really did just pull that out of nowhere. So I'm asking you this out of just respect for you guys. If and like I mean I don't know what the reason was for me to be on here. Like obviously the y'all asked me to come on, and I respectfully came on. I don't mind talking to you guys.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Okay, but I'm simply gonna ask: are y'all willing like to have conversations about this, or are y'all really just here to just make fun of my Christianity? Honestly, I'm asking. I'm being for real.
Look, we're not here to make fun of your Christianity. What we're doing is to tell you that your Christianity is merely human
Bogus.
fiction. That's what we're trying to. Not bogus. It's you can believe it if you like, but we're trying to tell you that reality does not include Christianity. Your particular reality might, and it's your particular reality, but general reality, just does not include Christianity. It's a fact. You got to just get used to it.
Where did you learn that from? You still eating?
No, I'm done.
Well, where did you learn that from?
Um, have you ever heard of critical analysis, rational thinking,
Yep.
query? Have you ever heard of Occam's razor?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. So there you go.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything though, because for one, your idea of rational thinking could be wrong to somebody else's rational thinking. That doesn't tell me anything. That's your.
What do you mean? Can you maybe elaborate on that? Because see, what you're saying there is you just wrote. It's just wrote. You're parroting back an answer that a million people have parroted back to me.
Right. Am I wrong
when
though?
we're discussing this nonsense. So
Well, am I wrong though?
can you maybe ask me a question that you actually personally have thought about? Not that somebody has mentioned and you're just picking up on and copying.
Yeah. Honestly, whoops, hang on, something just popped up on my laptop. Hang on, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I had like some scam going on. Yeah, I got one good question. Honestly, what? Well, I mean, this question has been asked before, probably billions of times. But what exactly are you guys looking for when it comes to talking to people of beliefs that is in opposite of what you believe? What are you looking for when you're talking to people? Are you just trying to teach people, or are you trying to teach people but also be teachable? Or I'm sorry, yeah, be
No,
teachable.
I'm
In
not
other words,
teachable. I'm teachable if you want to teach me stuff that's empirical, but I'm not. You
mhm,
can't come. You can't come and convince me of voodoo and fictional,
right.
conceptual, supernatural, blah blah blah, whatever. You can't do that.
Okay, that's fair. That's all I had. That's all I was gonna ask. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
that was that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I had. That was kind of like my final one. So, or
Okay,
unless y'all wanted to.
so I don't know how well you know Rob or when you met Rob, but be very careful. He's a dangerous individual. He shouldn't be allowed around. He shouldn't be allowed to use the internet without supervision. Is my take.
Fascinating.
Yeah. When did you meet Rob, by the way?
Um, the same time y'all met me. The only time I've ever met him on a hangout was when I'm talking to y'all.
That was not that long ago.
Exactly.
Okay, well, Rob has just resurfaced after a few months off for treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and prior to that, he was part of the internet community. Um, but he couldn't really take it. He couldn't really take the pressure of other people having valid opinions and his his I don't know what would you call it, delusional opinion. He wouldn't take sort of any any criticism of it. And I think maybe that's what drove him a little batty, and that's why he had to go to care. But he wrote this book. He wrote a book, and it's a book that's extremely uh, extremely uninformative and badly written. Um,
Sydney, did you
and
read the book?
it's been yes, and it's been reviewed by others as well. And they've
Sydney,
they've absolutely they've made a
what's
joke out of it,
what's
really.
the five? Hang on, Sydney. What's the five?
Benji, I mean,
What are the
Rob,
five?
why do you interrupt people when they're talking? You haven't changed at all.
Sydney. You're making accusations.
Yeah, well, let me finish
What
making
were
them.
the five events that I spoke about in the book? They were a key part of the book. Sydney, have you got an answer for me?
Why should I give you an answer? Why should I sit here and answer questions about your
Well,
book?
Sydney, you said,
Hey, are you gonna give me? Are
Sydney,
you gonna give me a piece of the pie once your book starts selling? Because now you're promoting it. Yeah, now you're promoting
you
it on
said
my
that you read the
channel.
book.
Is this what you're going to be
One of the
doing?
key features
Stop
of that
writing me.
book,
Don't ask me
five
questions
particular
about
episodes.
your book, because your book is your book.
Do you not know?
Sydney, you just said that you read the book,
He
didn't
said, "Okay, let me tell you about this book, Hunter.
you? Sydney, did you say you
Hunter,
read the book or not?
what's his name? Rob has found something that's called the Gospel of Thomas." And what he's done is he
Sydney,
feels.
it's important that you
Just
tell me about
relax,
those
just
five
relax, Rob.
particular
You'll get
events.
your
Then I'll
turn.
know for
Just
sure whether you've read
you'll
the
get your
book.
turn, Rob. Relax. So now Rob feels that this Gospel of Thomas.
Sydney, how hard is it to
Excuse
tell
me.
me
Will you
about
please
those
stop
five
interrupting
particular
me,
episodes?
Rob? You're interrupting me. So Hunter. So what Rob has
Sydney,
done is he's
they
written this
were a key
book,
part of the book. What are they?
and can you please have a little bit of respect for the moderator? Thank you.
Sydney, it's
So,
not a
Hunter,
difficult question for
Rob,
someone to read the book
Rob,
because they
you
hear
have
about
no
what
right,
five
Rob.
are.
With your place in
What
life,
are,
you should keep your
excuse
mouth
me,
shut.
what
It's better
are
for
those
you.
five things?
It's better for you to keep your mouth shut because you won't get into as much trouble as you normally do when you don't keep your mouth shut.
Oh, Sydney.
So,
So you haven't read
I'm
the book.
talking to
You're a
Hunter.
liar.
I'm talking to Hunter.
Well, it's okay. You can answer his question.
I don't want to answer his question
So
because
Sydney, I wonder
he
what
has
else you
no,
lie
he
about.
has no, he hasn't been invited to ask questions about his book. He hasn't been provided. He hasn't been invited to promote his book.
Five,
I
Sydney.
am talking to you about his book. A
Come
very,
on, you can do it, Sydney, if
a
you're not a
book that
liar.
has not been very well researched. A book that
What's the name of the book?
has got no credibility because the references don't work.
What's the name of the book?
I forget.
Oh.
I
Did
think
you
he's
forget
got
everything else about it too?
He's
Oh.
got a few books out, I think, but this
Yeah.
particular one I read was something about good.
What's it called?
Something.
Good, yeah. What is this thing called? Good.
Yes, what is this thing called? Good. That's what it's called.
Okay. What's it
Well,
about?
there, it's up on the screen. Now, Sydney,
Hey,
I'm not going to. Well, I won't stay around for too much
Okay,
longer.
well, thanks for stopping by then,
you
Rob.
had read that
I
book,
hope you're
if
going
you-
to have a
Sydney,
lovely
you had-
evening or night or whatever
Sydney,
it is
if you
you're
had
doing,
read
man.
that book, you would know what those five specific episodes are all about because they are fundamental to explaining the whole story. The truth, Sydney, you great big liar, and you lie about many things, is that you have not read that book at all. You've read portions of it. And that's the fact. Now, Sydney, if you don't answer that question tonight, so in other words, you take time to go and get those answers, then, my friend, you are a liar.
I'll give him 7 days.
Okay, well, I've got to go. Have a good night.
Goodbye, Rob. Thanks for
Many
popping
lies.
in.
Sydney, many lies.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. So y'all
Okay,
have.
Hunter, thanks a lot for coming by. That was great.
Yeah,
It
God
was
bless
a
y'all.
good
Y'all
chat.
have a great night.
Yeah, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that Rob was so rude. I've never seen anything like it in my life. In my life. So why?
Oh, we got. Who's that? Benny.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah, mate.
by the way, oh man, I forgot to save those links you gave me.
Oh, which link was that? Oh, for the heuristicity?
What's going on?
That's not Bulldog, that's Benny.
Hello? 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 Hello?
What you doing there, dude? What was that? What's that all about? Benny, what are you doing, man? What you doing, Ming? Who was that? Yeah, but I'm going to kill it. Just give me one moment. Alrighty, there you have it. Another interesting, scintillating edition of As the World Turns. Congratulations, by the way, to President-elect Donald Trump, who was just elected. I think at this point the outlook looks positive. And Hillary for president. Hopefully that'll happen soon. And looks like we're going to get some conservative Supreme Court judges. That's the only justices. That's the only downfall. But I just wanted to leave with one observation. When Donald Trump gave his victory speech tonight, at the end of it, he just said thank you, and he didn't mention anything to do with fiction. And then he just walked away. That was great. So personally, I'm looking forward looking forward to the next 4 years, I guess. Certainly the next he takes office in January. That's now, so we got through November, 3 months, sort of a holding period pattern, and then we're going to come back into the spring with a new president, in the winter with a new president and a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. So, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.